nothing is found anyway. The Plague Doctor. This one's not too bad. Definitely check out tails when the tails are awesome, yeah. The Plague Doctor. SCP-049 Euclid Class. Special Containment Procedure. SCP-049 is contained with a standard secure humanoid containment cell in the resource sector in 02, Site 19. Yeah, I read 999. Yeah, the 99's so cute. 990 is like the wholesome slime. I remember him from the game. Oh, no. He is. It's actually a good boy. Good boy slime. Good boy. This one's a classic. At site, SCP-49 must be sedated for any attempts to transport it. During transport, 49 must be secured from the Class 3 humanoid restriction harness, including the locking collar and extension restraints, and monitored by no fewer than 2 armed guards. While 49 is generally cooperative with most of Foundation personnel, outbursts or sudden change of behavior are met with elevated force. Under no circumstances should any personnel come into direct with 49 during these outbursts. In the event 49 becomes aggressive, the application of Launder multimedia has been shown to produce calming effects on the entity. Once calm, 40 generally becomes compliant and will return to containment with little resistance. If we do that type of stream in the future, I have one for you. Oh, okay. Definitely let me know if you guys enjoy more of these or less of these. I've been enjoying reading these, but I'm always unsure if people find it too bland or boring to watch. But yeah, definitely let me know if you guys want more or less of these. And then let's see. We'll see though. It is all experimentation. In order to facilitate the ongoing containment of SCP-49, the entity is to provide with the corpse of a recently deceased animal, typically a bovine or a large animal, once every 2 weeks for study. Corpse that becomes instances of 49-2 are to be removed from 49's containment cell and incinerated. 49 is no longer to permit with human subjects. Requests for human subjects are to be denied. You need to be Vodanite. Vodanite. Oh god. Temporary containment procedure updates. Addendum 49.3. For containment media order 49S19 17.1, 49 is no longer permitted to interact directly with members of Foundation staff, nor is to be provided with any found additional corpse to be used in the surgeries. This order shall persist indefinitely until such time consistent regard for ongoing containment 49 can be reached. Once per week reading would be like. She did read about the old man. So cool, since it doesn't require me to see what's happening on screen, I can listen and not get distracted. Yeah. I'll definitely check up the Vons later and see how people feel about it. No, she only reads the slime and the one before. Yeah, I just did 999, 5000, now 49. Description. Humanoid. Human entity, roughly 1.9 meter in height, which bears the appearance of a medieval plague doctor. Well, SCP-19, the purest be wearing a thick robes and ceramic mask indicative of profession. The garment does seem to have grown out of SCP-49's body over time, and now indistinguishable of what form is underneath. X-rays indicate despite this, 49 does have a humanoid skeletal structure beneath its outer layer. Yeah, 5,000 long. Yeah, the Dr. SCP. 49 is capable of speech and a variety of languages, though it tends to prefer English or medieval French. I'd fancy. It's nags. God damn it. But SCP is generally cordial and cooperative. With Foundation staff, it become quickly, especially irritated or times outright aggressive. It feels that it is in the presence of what's called pestilence. Although the exact nature of this pestilence is currently unknown to Foundation research, it does seem to be an issue of immense concern for SCP-49. Next. 49 will become hostile individuals seized as being affected by pestilence. often had to be restrained so that it encounters such. If unchecked, 49 will generally attempt to kill any such individuals. 49 is capable of causing all biological functions of an organism to cease through direct contact. How this occurs is currently unknown. Autopsies of 49 victims have invariably been inconclusive. 49 expressed frustration or remorse after each killings, indicating that could have done little to kill the pestilence. Though will usually seek to then perform a food surgery on the corpse using implements contained within the black doctor's bag it carries on its person at all times. While these surgeries are not successful, they often result in the creation of instances of SCP-42 F49-2. SCP-49-2 instances are reanimated corpses that have been operated by SCP-49. These instances do not seem to retain any of their prior memories of mental functions, only basic motor skills, response mechanisms. While these generally are inactive, moving very little and generally in burly fashion, they become extremely aggressive if provoked. If directed by SCP-49, 49-2 express active biological functions that, though these vastly different from current ST human physiology. Despite these alterations, 49 remarks that the subject has been cured. These guys, Nurgle, a biggest hater, SCP-49, oh god. 49 Part 1 Discovery. 49 was discovered during an investigation of series unknown disappearance in the town of Montauban in southern France. During the raid and look, an investigator found several incidents of 49-2 as well as 49. While law enforcement personnel engaged with hostile 49-2's instances, 49 was known as watching the engagement and taking notes in his journal. After all, 49-2 instances were dispatched. Well, after all 49-2 incidents were dispatched, 49 willingly entered the Foundation custody. Scene upon discovery. The following interview was by Dr. Raymond Hammond during investigation.
Alors, comment devrions-nous commencer une introduction?
Is that French? Can we get a translator?
The King's English. No need for translation, sir. I can speak it well enough.
Also, hello, Sasha. Hi, Sasha. Hope you're doing good, Sasha. Have a comfy time. Hope you're in for like a really low energy stream of SCP while we're
Good.
at 49.
My name is Dr. Raymond Ham, and
A doctor. A like-minded individual, no doubt. Wherein is your speciality, sir?
Cryptobiology. Why?
A medical man, such as myself. Wonders abound. And here, I worried I had been abducted by common street thugs. This place, then, this is your laboratory. I had wondered, as clean as it is, and with such little trace of the pestilence here.
The pestilence? What do you mean?
The scourge. The great dying. Come now. You know what is it they call it? No matter. The pestilence, yes. It abounds outside these walls, you know. So many have succumbed, and many more will continue to, until such time as a perfect cure can be developed. Fortunately, I am very close. It is my duty in life to rid the world of it, you see. The cure to end all cures.
When you say the Great Dying, are you talking about the bubonic plague?
I don't know what that is.
I see. Right, well...
Hi, CVEX. Hi, CVEX. The funny thing that 49 isn't exactly wrong. Also, have your competence, CVEX?
The entities our agents encountered at the house, they were dead when you encountered them, yes? You reanimated them.
In a manner of speaking, you see things too simply, Doctor. Expand your horizons. Life and death. Sickness and health. These are amateur terms for amateur physicians. There is only one ailment that exists in the world of men, and that is the pestilence. and nothing else. Make no mistake, they were very ill. All of them.
You think you cured those people?
Indeed. My cure is most effective.
But the things we recovered were not human.
Yes, well, it is not a perfect cure, but that will come with time and further experimentation. I have spent a lifetime developing my methods, Dr. Ham, and will spend a lifetime more if necessary. Now, we have wasted too much time. There is work to do. I will require a laboratory of my own, one where I can continue my research unimpeded. And assistance, of course, though I can provide those on my own. In time.
Oh, I don't think our organization would be willing to...
Nonsense. We are all men of science. Fetch your coat and show me to my quarters, Doctor. Our work begins now.
Oh, damn. Interviewer now. Well, SCP-049 is capable of communication in a very human way. There's a strange sense of... There's a strange sense of unease that experiences when he's in his presence. Make no mistake, there's something very uncanny about this entity indeed. Additionally, we've classified that point stick that SCP-049 was running around, probably due to the standard classification protocols for possessions of anomalies, in part because the 49 really is a menace fingering around like he does. The entity was displayed as first, but after we made a concession in providing it with test subjects, which were mainly more for a benefit of our research, it warmed up to the idea. Addendum 392 Observation Log. While in containment sites 1949 has spent considerable amount of time studying and performing surgery on a various mammalian corpses it's been provided. Wait, the site has voice actors? Yeah. 49 will routinely spend several days for surgery. That regardless or not the corpses become instead of 492s, spend more several days documenting its finding in a thick leather journal stored within its doctor's bag. 49 will often seek to share his finding with the members of Foundation staff. The following is a log case during SCP-049 observation on an observation on a mammalian corpse. Oh wow, there's a ball of... Oh wow, there's a ball of these. Alright. That's kinda cool, just like long voice stuff in here. 49. Subject. The test subject, D-85-123, was introduced into SCP-049 containment cells. And T expressed sincere gratitude towards all the members of containment research staff. Observation note, 49 began asking D-85-123 several standard medical questions, as if it began rooming tools from its bag. Shortly after finishing preparations, 49 quickly forced the distance between the two, killing the subject with a touch to his throat. Afterward, 49 made a number of considerable alterations to the basic structure of the subject's corpse, altering introducing fluids from his bag into the subject the way of hand power pump and copper tubing. Result, 42 instantly became animated, flowing and grasping at the wall of the chamber with a number of manufactured limbs while mooring out of the oblong orifices now present in sternum. During this time, 49 was observed taking notes and instance in his journal, remarking to watching research staff about its efficacy of its cure. Security personnel entered the chamber to move 49 back to Xavier and were attacked by the instance. Secretary dispatched 49 to instance, and 49 returned to containment with no resistance, saying it was pleased with the results. I think they took interview audio from Vulcan SCP reading videos. Some author asked if to just add them. Oh, that's kind of cool. Log 49 OL2. Provide corpse of recently deceased goat. 49 to express gratitude at the provision. 49 operated on the goat corpse for several days, eventually resulting in the 49-2. 49 expressed pleasure in this outcome, though admit the disease was still in its indascate stage. My veterinary practice is rudimentary, but the patient responded well to procedure. 4903. 49 was provided corpse of a recently deceased orangutan. 49 expect no gratitude and provision, due to similar between the orangutan and common human physiology. 49 spent several days operating on the orangutan, reanimated several times. However, 49 appears to be discontent with his results of experience. We returned the creature 3 times efforts in the soul animation for it to not work. After I was unable to rehead the course the 5th time, 49 turned the cost over to the Foundation staff for incineration, saying, I've learned so much to this, though I fear my early optimization was been misplaced. I hadn't crossed such a stumbling block on my road to care. Large subjects like this would do a great deal and invest for research. 074. 49 was provided a recently deceased bovine. 49 expressed malanoids at a provision, though accepted it nonetheless. 49 spent several days on the bovine corpse, breaking only to dine on a requires a dinner on thin crackers, salted pilks, and hard cheese. Beginning first by embalming the corpse, 49 observed producing a number of long syringes from his bag, each containing a dark, viscous fluid. 49 described these fluids as essence of the humor, elaborated by saying that peasant may bring systemic imbalance. In such case, before true healing can begin, one must find humorous imbalance, or the body will reject the cure. Over the next few days, SCP-049 spent considerable amount of adjusting the organs bovine corpse on a number of bell instruments. After 8 days, 49 produced a lightning rod, which hemp exchanged for electric kettle. The kettle product attached to an extension cord. She shocked the corpse in several locations. This action seemingly had effects of reanimating the bovine, which once again became ambulatory, despite the inversion of the head and reorientation of its limbs. Hell, Mug Gamers, it's pretty late, Log Gamers, but after this entry's done, I'll go to sleep. But have you doing good, Log Gamers?
We've watched you work for several weeks now, and honestly, I'm not sure I understand what you're doing. Could you describe your process in detail?
Oh, goodness no.
Oh, Log
Process
Gamers.
is most intensive.
Have
As
you
I
ever
said
sleep?
to your assistant, the best instruction you will find about my methods are here in my journals, as I have kept exhaustive records of my work there.
Oh, I see. Well, my concern, Doctor, is that we still don't understand what you're seeking to cure, or how it manifests, or how turning these creatures into quasi-living, mindless drones helps in that effort.
You do not understand the pestilence, even after all this time. Doctor, it is an unspeakable horror, one that has
it's
shown
clear
its true
common sense
face
here.
many times before, and will again.
War and peace, David.
I find myself blessed with the wisdom
Have you didn't get David?
and good senses needed to root it out and destroy it. But many, like yourself, cannot. It is a cruel judgment.
Yeah, it's like
I fear,
Frankenstein.
to be at the mercy of a disease you cannot fully comprehend.
That still doesn't answer my question. How's your cure any kind of cure at all?
It is a cure. You may laugh at my efforts if you please, but do not besmirch the good name of scientific progress that has developed this great mercy. What you short-sightedly see here is a life better than any this creature could have hoped for. Stricken as it was with the pestilence, this creature
Yeah, cozy.
is now clean, unable to spread the pestilence, and free from the terror it would have experienced otherwise.
This is hardly a creature at all, Doctor. It's not even...
Do not jape with me, sir. You and your colleagues are like so many others, unable to look past minor setbacks to see the salvation taking place before your very eyes. Do you wait to remove rotten timbers until the whole collapses on top of you? No. You find them and you pull them out and replace them with those untouched by rot. And most of all, you do not simply mock the structure because it now looks different to you. It is strong. It is free of disease.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to agitate you. I'm just trying to understand.
Yes. Well, do mind your words in the future, Doctor. I am a professional, but even professionals may feel the bite of pride in dealing with criticism of their masterpiece. I will forgive this as an act of good faith between colleagues.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that will be all. Another test subject on the usual schedule. You know my preference of subjects with more human anatomies.
Researcher's note. 49. Biz thing Jenny want to help others humans, though it is not able to provide concrete example of what it's trying to save us all from. I watched it over several weeks. And while the outcomes do seem not ever change, SCP-049 continue to claim it's growing closer to the perfect care. I think the entity may be aware of reality of these outcomes than we would like us to think. Yeah, after this I'll go to sleep. And then on 49.9, 4/16/2017 incident. Shortly after SCP-049 initial containment, Dr. Ham conducted a number of interviews. The subject regarding its anomalous properties, and over time began to know its pleasure with subjects. And SCP-049 2 instances, this continued for a period of several months, which 49 never exhibited any aggressive behaviors. On April 16, 2017, as Dr. Ham was entering SCP-049 test chamber to conduct another routine interview, the entity began to grow anxious and asked Dr. Ham if he was feeling well. Following protocol, Dr. Han reminded 49 that the interview was required, after which entity became hostile and attacked Dr. Ham, killing him. To the lapse in security protocol and because Dr. Ham did not activate in the ancient emergency system, Ham's corpse was not discovered until 3 hours later, by which point 49 had converted into instead of 492. In the aftermath of the instance, 49 was interviewed by Dr. Theron Sherman. Kind of figure it was more famous SPs would have BAs yet.
I need you to explain yourself. SCP-049, you are being directed to explain your actions, and I will remind you that failure to cooperate will result in further restrictions during your containment.
My actions do not need to be explained.
You killed Raymond Ham, and then butchered him until he...
Not dead. No, not dead. He is cured.
Cured? Cured of what?
The pestilence, sir. I had thought you, at least, would realize what luck it is. I detected it before.
What pestilence? You keep going on and on about this pestilence, but you have not once been able to properly identify this disease. What could you have possibly seen in him today that you had not seen so many times before, that it would be worth his life?
The pestilence presents and progresses in unforeseeable fashions, and has a queer way of creeping into the unprepared. And call it what you want, Doctor. It was a mercy I did to him. He is cured.
He is a vegetable.
I would not expect you to understand. You and your ilk have proven time and time again not to be men of science, but men of emotion. You cannot appreciate the horrors I have seen. Those many millions who have succumbed to the pestilence and been changed.
Your cure cost Ray his life.
No, good sir. I have saved it. You would allow this world to slip back into the despair of disease and death, ignoring that I have created a miracle. And
what disease? What pestilence? He was a healthy man. He was a good doctor.
I'm offering it freely to the afflicted. You are not worth this argument, sir. You are short-sighted and foolish. Dr. Ham was sick, and I cured him. I am the only one who can do this. My work must continue. There is still so much to learn, so much
I've had
to
enough
do,
of this.
and others
Consider your allowances
can be
revoked.
saved. Even you.
Welcome to Containment 049.
Might be saved.
We're done here.
I can save them all. I can cast down this plague once and for all. I can do this. Only me. I saved him. Dr. Ham. I cured him. He was sick. I know he was sick. I know he was. And you are all sick, but I can save you. I can save all of you because I am the cure.
Addendum 49.4 Post-Insta Report Interview. The following interview excerpts from the 4/16/17 49 Insta Report. Interview was conducted by Eliza Atkins and took place 3 weeks after the initial investigation.
SCP-049, we are conducting this interview to close out our investigation of your actions taken on April 16th that resulted in the death of a staff member. Do you have any comments to make?
Only that I look forward to the day when you will allow me to resume my work. I have spent the last few weeks compiling my notes and constructing a new theory for how the pestilence was able to infect someone in such an insidious manner that I nearly couldn't detect it.
Have you experienced any remorse for your actions? For the death of Dr. Ham?
Ah, yes. Well, the death of a colleague is always regrettable. But in the face of the pestilence, we must be swift, Doctor, and act without hesitation.
Dr. Sherman noted in his report that you seemed to be mournful during your initial interview.
Mourn? Perhaps. I had not thought that. It is lamentable that a fellow doctor became infected, but the work continues. Regrettable as it was, Dr. Ham's death provided important insight. Living human subjects are the only way to proceed forward, I am decided. My cure is of little use on dead flesh, and I have gleaned all I can from your generous supply of corpses. My desires turn towards tending to those still living who suffer from the disease.
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, Doctor. I wouldn't be so sure.
And that's the end log. And wow, there's a whole story here. I'll save that for another time.